Contributing to open source is one of the best things you can do as a developer. You work on real code bases, get reviewed by real engineers, and build a portfolio that actually proves your skills. But most of the tutorials teach you generic GitHub theory. Today I am going to show you the real process using AppWrite's repo. Everything would be specific to this repo. So let's go. AppWrite is an open source backend platform. It provides authentication, databases, storage, functions, messaging, everything you need for a backend self-hostable and free. 56,000 GitHub stars, actively maintained and genuinely welcoming to contributors. Now, before touching anything, the very first thing you do when approaching any open source project is read their contributing.md file. Skipping this is the number one mistake beginners make, and it gets their PRs rejected immediately. Another thing I see is branch naming convention. So AppWrite has a specific format, that is type, issue ID, description. This tells maintainers at a glance that what type of change it is, which issue it's related to, and what it does. So yeah, it's very important to go through the contributing.md file before you begin. They also say that all the PRs must include a commit message with the description of the changes made. Now let's find something to work on. Go to the issues tab. I am going to browse through open issues and look for something that fits three criteria. Clear description, so I know exactly what needs to be changed. Small scope, that is achievable as a first contribution. And unassigned, so nobody else is already working on it. Before that, if you're a first time contributor, here you can see there are multiple labels. One label which is very suitable for new open source contributors is good first issue. Issues with these labels are specifically made for beginners to contribute. Another such label that beginners can use is help wanted, and you can find issues with these labels if you are a first time contributor. So I was going through some issues and found this one suitable for me. It says change GitHub OAuth to settings label from app ID to client ID. Okay, so the problem is when you set up GitHub OAuth in AppWrite's console, the field is labeled app ID, but GitHub themselves call it client ID in their own settings. That is inconsistent and confusing for developers trying to connect the two. The fix here is changing that label to say client ID instead of app ID. And this is exactly what you want for a first contribution. Always check the assignees section before claiming anything. As we can see here, nobody is assigned, then it is available for us. Now go to the repo and fork that repo. So that connection stays. Your fork knows where it came from. This is important later when you submit your PR back to the original. Clone your fork to your local machine so that you can work on it locally. Use git clone command and the link you copied. Now as it's cloned, let's open it on our VS Code. Now this repo is available locally on our machine. Now here's something. AppWrite's contributing.md specifically says that before creating a new branch, pull the latest changes first. So your master needs to be up to date with the original repo. So let's do the first step. Open the terminal. Just write git pull. This makes sure that you are working from the latest version of the code base, not something outdated. So always do this before branching. Now create a branch, and this is where following AppWrite's specific convention matters. So this is the exact issue that we are working upon. It's an enhancement issue. So let's create a new branch. Write this command. Write the branch name as per the convention. As it comes under the fix type, we will write fix issue number. Issue number is this. This format is exactly what AppWrite expects and what makes your PR look professional immediately when maintainers see it. You are now on your new branch. Any changes from here stay isolated here until you are ready to share them. Now find where this label is defined. Search for app ID to find exactly where this text lives in the code base. So I've found it. It looks like it's in the update.php file. So I'll just open it. Now the changes are done. Now commit part. AppWrite specifically says that all PRs must include a commit message with the description of the changes made. Always check status first using git status and see exactly what you have changed. So we have changed two files and we can see that here. Git commit m fix. This is a clear specific commit message which starts with a type that is fix, describes exactly what changed, references the issue number, and this is what a good commit message looks like. Now push your branch, the same branch name that we made earlier. and your changes are now live on your GitHub fork. Go to your fork on GitHub and you will see the compare and pull request banner here. The title should follow the same convention, that is clear, specific, references the issue. Now we need to add a description. So we'll just remove it and replace it with our description. Three things in your description: what changed, why you changed, and what issue it fixed. This line is very important. It automatically links your PR to the issue and will close the issue when your PR gets merged. Just create the pull request and now your PR is submitted. Now don't follow up immediately. Maintainers get notified automatically. Give them at least 7 days. If they leave any comments asking for changes, respond within 24 to 48 hours. Thank them, explain what you have done, and then fix it on the same branch. And PR updates automatically. Never open a new PR for the same fix. And if there's no response after 7 days, one polite comment, that's it. Like one follow up is enough. And that's the real open source contribution workflow.